Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to episode 11 of Dracula's Revenge as Wallachia. Hopefully you enjoyed last episode's wars of conquest here against Poland and against, well, kind of Aquionlu. Didn't take their land, ended up grabbing the last little section of Georgia here, from which I will actually delete that fort, because I have this one right here. I'm not sure how much more of that we can do today. We have a little bit of a coalition breathing down our neck, which would be difficult to fight off. So, instead today will be a bit of a reconsolidation and chill day, probably. I'm not sure I need to improve that. Not yet, at least. Or, it's part of a new state. I won't be stating it. Might as well do it now. Okay. As for our text, that's what we're going to be working on today. We're going to grab ourselves colonialism in our capital province, a very well-developed capital province, I might like to add, which will hopefully reduce us down to, I don't know, well, how much would that cost? Looks like a pretty significant amount here, but maybe we can reduce it by about, I want to say 200 ducats. That's what I'm going to go for. Having it in all of this area might reduce it by a total of 200 ducats, which would be fantastic for me. This will also take way too long to be worth it, so I'm going to immediately get rid of that, so I can save myself some quick cash. We're going to see how things are looking here once it's done. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much. I wonder when I can... Oh, pretty soon actually. I could even go for Diplo, but I don't have this prepared yet. So I don't think I will. Maybe I should. Maybe I can give the burgers a little something here and there. Nothing over here. Even areas that I don't intend to actually take the trade from are still good enough for them. So I can make them a little bit happier, maybe. Nothing quite over here. There's this, of course. I could give them pest. Sure. Make them a little bit happier. This is enough for me to take this. It brings them down to 35, which will take a little while to improve, but that's not so bad. I could go a little further, actually. Give them a little bit more. Anything that might have little modifiers, fine. I could also give them this, which is not so bad. 58, which is fine. Or if I give them one little thing extra, like, say, over here. 56, and I only have to hit one button. Which brings me to there. There we go. Some good old diplomatic development, which is fine. An advisor, Not sure what you were, but I will... Oh, you were my Diplo rep, weren't you? That sucks. I'm not really rolling in the cash, but I guess I could have taken improved relations, which might have been useful for this coalition. Maybe I'll swap later, but it depends on how expensive all this will be. Because it could be rather expensive. I'm also not sure if I actually hit the recording button today, which I did. Very good. Sometimes you forget, and then it, follows you for your entire life. So, let's see where we're at here today. 83 is not so bad. It's gonna come in... okay. 1540. Okay, that's totally fine for me. At that point, I'll maybe even be able to grab an extra Diplo, depending on how much this is decreased by. Oh, a Diplo rep 50% cost. Oof. That could be rather nice, actually. That could be rather nice. 50 admin for a half-cost Diplo? Half-cost level 2 Diplo, yeah. That's odd, where it gets rid of this guy, but it gives me something for this guy. That is weird. Okay. Let's wait the 1 month to see if we can get a level 1 guy. Because the national unrest is not bad enough to need that. Much prefer actually getting a guy that would give me monthly missionary strength, but I guess we'll go for the level 1 to get some cash. I do need money for this institution, so the fewer the loans the better, in my opinion. And how are the Ottomans doing? They got rid of their, we broke their alliance with Aquionlu, and they do see it as strategic utility, so I'm wondering how far we can go with this. I don't know if we can entirely ruin this relationship they have here. Yeah, no way. Okay. Just a quick remedy more than anything else. We could get Austria and Circassia in this war against the Ottomans, though, if we decided to take the chance with them. Mamluks are not doing very well at all. How are the Mamluks looking in terms of size? I feel like they've been destroyed. 27,000, and Ethiopia is giving them a run for their money. I don't feel like the Mamluk alliance dream is going to work out, actually. I just don't feel like they're strong enough to be worth attempting to go for. Instead, we can look around for some allies. Well, there's Great Britain, obviously. That's one of them. That's true. Though Muscovy and Great Britain are not very good friends, which would be an issue to me. How about the Ottomans here? Castile, perhaps. Perchance, although of course there's the Muscovy problem, and Venice hates me, probably. Well, pretty much, yeah. Don't think an alliance is gonna happen there. It could. It really could happen. But they rivaled me, or I rivaled them, actually, so it can't happen. Okay. Castile might be our next best chance. I feel like we were close that one time. So let's get that royal marriage and see what we can do with an alliance there. Ragusa's giving me a headache once again. And I've capped myself on military. So perhaps I can do... Yeah, I'm not going to do anything in Bohemia right now. But I guess I could give myself one quick click over there. Depends on how fast this is. And it's going pretty quickly, actually. That's fine. Okay, beautiful. They've gotten rid of the whole thing. 618, rather expensive. But we're kind of at our limits here, so we might just have to pay the upfront cost. Which means I might sacrifice a bit of loyalty with the burghers, or I could do some quick loans. I do prefer to sacrifice the burghers' loyalty, though. That is my preferred method. I will do that, actually, yeah. And then I'll take out the one loan needed. Instead of the 2 loans I would have needed. Embrace that. Take. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're modernized in tech. Well, I want to say more or less. Actually not so bad, especially in military. We've caught up quite well. We're actually a higher tech than the Ottomans now, which is quite nice. I grab religious, of course, very important. And I can even go ahead and give the boyars a few extra things here and there. I could give them... Grain is preferable. Do you have any grain anywhere? I don't think we have any grain at all. I know we do a little bit here, but I handed it off all to the clergy, of course, because I needed the tax money. That's true. I could give Crimea to them, actually. Because with the salt and the boyars, that's going to give a defensiveness value of something redonkulous, I think. There you go, 66%. Are these mutually exclusive? I'm not quite sure. No, but this is with something else. Not sure what it is, but definitely is. Ooh, that's interesting. That's actually really good. Noble Knight's idea, which is, I'm not sure any of these ones, I think that's actually over here. Yeah, aristocratic. So if we manage to pick up aristocratic, and I mean, I guess we have a war exhaustion of 8, we could pick ourselves up an entire army, 100 military, lose 10 war exhaustion, and get 30 army tradition, which is ridiculous. This might be a once in a campaign type thing, though, I think. I don't think I'll end up picking it up, though. I don't know if I need aristocratic ever, so let's just not touch that. For now, I'll take Tolerance of Heretics, and I'll remove said Tolerance of Heretics for some missionary strength. Okay. I could grab an icon. True. Or instead, I could keep this for my little bit of missionary strength and use it on this. Which will take a little while, but it might as well get started at something. Might as well get started in the first place. Nothing too important to grab here. I could use these loans for buildings, but that sounds a little bit dumb. They would be worth a lot, but still, a little bit dumb. Oh, and there's the Ottomans, following suit with colonialism. Ooh! Ooh, we've started something new here today. The Ottomans have rivaled me. I do have my defensive network up. Yes, now they want all this land. Interesting. We might have our war with the Ottomans sooner than we imagined. On the bright side, I did catch up in tech, which is great. But I'm not sure I'm so prepared for a war with the Ottomans yet. They could declare instantly as well. And how are the Mamluks... Sorry, how's Muscovy doing? They're doing okay. I feel like they would defend me. If they don't, it's a bit of a problem. If they do, fantastic. We're going to build our spy network, and we're going to maybe just bring up these two forts, just on the off chance. Just to be sure. We're going to try and stay here. Bit in the back row. I'll get rid of these guys, obviously, once I'm prepared. Unfortunately, my generals are also garbage compared to the Ottomans. But on the bright side, they seem to be leaving the coalition. Which is great for me. I'll also take that. So I can maybe push for diplomatic tech. Let me grab this, this, and this. Yeah, that's fine. Just so I can have that. Not that it'll be too incredibly useful. I feel like I did accidentally take a slightly ahead of time tech here, though. I feel like that's what ended up happening. Just a little bit. Fortunately, Bohemia has seen the brighter side of things and has decided to be good friends with me once again. Which is exactly what I'm looking for. A loyal Bohemia is the most important Bohemia for the upcoming Ottoman War. Now, fortunately, we have some coalition members deciding to leave, which is great for us. Also, Royal Mary Castile. An alliance might come later. I'm not sure if it'll happen at all, really, but we'll at least start with that. Yeah, that Muscovian alliance, or Muscovite alliance, is a little bit too strong for that to work out for us, despite our ridiculously good diplomatic reputation. Bit of a shame that, but we can't do anything about it. Okay, so Bohemia on my side. Muscovy, I don't think they're gonna be in too much disrepair. But I am rather deathly afraid of a war with the Ottomans right now. I feel quite vulnerable. Let's get rid of one of these guys. I don't need an admiral at all, but I will use this guy, who's slightly improved from the other general. The only issue is I'm not sure how defensive I want to be against the Ottomans. Do I even want to be defensive against the Ottomans? Well, that's not the question I'm asking, sorry. The question is, do I want the Ottomans to attack me? The only problem in that question is if the answer comes along with Muscovy betraying the alliance because they're too afraid, or they think they don't want to help us at all. It's the only issue I can think of, really. It is a scary question to be asking. Over here, I probably should have used Enforce Religious Unity, but it looks like we're too close for that anyway. Muscovy, you're going to war with people? You're going to war with people right now? That's what we're doing today? That's today's plan. Muscovy, you're playing a bold game of chess right here. I don't agree with that opinion of yours, but I'll try my best to make it quick. I feel like that's a very poor decision. Very garbage decision. Yeah. One of the worst decisions I could have thought of at the moment. What am I looking for? Over here. You are a state, so I'll give you Religious Unity and Edict to make that go a little faster. Yeah, Muscovy is playing with fire a little bit right now, and I'm not a fan of it. The Ottomans can declare on me at literally any moment, with their 70,000 strong army. And I don't think our alliance of Muscovy, me, Austria, and Bohemia are really going to make this work out. Circassia as well, but they're not worth very much value in this. It would require some cunning tactics to make that work out. See if I can grab you somewhere. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. I think the Ottomans are trying to pull something on me real quick. I'm not a fan of it. Lithuania's left the coalition. That is a fantastic piece of news there. Ragusa should follow suit, being the last one in there. There we go. If I see the Ottomans on my border, I am immediately heading out. But it looks like they're drilling for now, which is great. When they stop, though, is when you know it's about to go down, so I'm not a fan of that day. I'm looking forward to that day. Put ourselves on admin focus as well. We have to get through 2 techs here, and an entire idea group. I feel like that would be the best priority to go with. You decided to attack my fort, actually. But I think, yeah, Bohemia's dealing with that. 7 favors, because Bohemia's helping us out. I can stay back for a moment, decrease my forts, perhaps except for this one, and this one. This is still up for some reason. I should have gotten rid of that a long time ago. Anything else? Yes, one over here, but that's for a very important reason. Other than that, we're pretty much chilling. We can relax, decrease the army maintenance, and as long as the Ottomans are still drilling down here, I feel relatively safe. Cautiously safe, I guess I could say. Ooh, missionary strength, fantastic. I'd love to have that right now. As well as some extra tax from the clergy, who's become rather strong as of late. Okay. The boyars could have a little bit of something. That's okay. Okay, next conversion. Let's do something a little bit less expensive. Over in here, same state, so I don't have to move anything. Bit of provincial unrest, but until it's a problem, I'm not going to touch it. I do now, however, have my claims, which is great, but I don't think I can declare an offensive war here today. And I think the only one who would join a coalition against me at any given opportunity is Lithuania. Pomerania, Mazovia, and Ragusa are now positive opinion of me, and will not join a coalition if I am... I cannot improve relations with them, that's a bad idea. But they will not try and join a coalition if I'm in a weakened state. Might want to change my Venetian rival to the Ottomans, actually, now that we're at this point in time. Because I think the rival thing is going to give Muscovy a malice against the Ottomans, now that Muscovy and I are such good buddies. At least I believe that's how it's going to work out. I'm more trying to convince myself than you guys at this point, but I feel like that's how we might get something done here today. Muscovian opinion is pretty okay here. Enemy of enemy and improved relations. Interesting. I would have thought allied to rival would have been one to look at here for them, but I guess not. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Let me... Oh, I can't repay that right now. Not quite. Okay. We'll let the manpower flow back in, and then we'll figure out the rest of that later. Akkoyonlu is not very fond of me either. Muscovy wouldn't help. Circassia would not help because they're in debt. I could pay that off for them. I am a world power, so I could forgive that debt. In fact, I have apparently taken the position of second world's greatest power, which is probably not supposed to be real, but it looks like I have indeed beaten out Castile, Great Britain, France, and Portugal. I guess those colonial powers have not gotten as far as they would have liked to so far. Now, who else is in here? I'm gonna go for the next best in terms of unity and cost and time. So probably this would be the next best one, wouldn't it? But because this is already up, maybe I just wanna do it anyway, right? 12 months, 364 a month, I will pay that cost. That's fine for me. The Ottomans have stopped drilling, which is giving me slight anxiety. Because I don't know what the plans are for that one. Catholic zealots in here, well, what are you? Aren't you Catholic zealots? Yeah, you're Catholic, why do you have Catholic zealots? That's completely beyond me, that makes no sense. Why would you, yeah, that one's, no idea what's going on there. It also looks like, is that my heir that just died, or someone died? Not sure who, but can't be good. Are you gonna fix that? Yeah, they are, okay. The Ottomans have stopped drilling. My anxiety is starting to increase because of that. But they're not on the move yet, which is good. Gotta keep a watchful eye on the Ottomans. I might want the fort defense, actually. That might be the better move, but I don't know if I'm willing to spend that kind of money on it. I think I'll lose the prestige. I think I'd rather lose the prestige. Yearly prestige for a bit of cash. Right on cue, I will definitely take that. As well as improve these relations. Who else would be a good target for improved relations? I can't do much for Castile right now, but I will keep that royal marriage in mind just in case. I could go over my limit by 1. And try to go for someone. Sweden might actually make a ridiculously good one. But Muscovy and Sweden have become at odds, I think. I'd prefer Muscovy just takes down Sweden for that province so that they can form Russia and help me a little bit better. Those Russian frontiers can help them expand much quicker, so I'm gonna see if we can let them do their own thing. I'll reduce my maintenance, actually. I don't see them moving yet. Ooh, are you converting my land? Ooh. I mean, either way, it doesn't really make a difference in this case. They're all heretical to me, so it doesn't really change much. Would have preferred if that wasn't going to happen, but oh well. I still see the Ottomans chilling there, so I'm not too concerned. If they ever ride up against my border, we know that is game over for us. The war will begin. Well, it's not really game over, it's game begins, actually. It's where the real fun begins. Where is Kremnitz? Over in here. Do we have that as a state? We do not, so that's not going to happen. Over in Kelm, do we have that as a state? We do not. Same area. These will take way too long. Let's go and take a look at Paramashil. Yes, we do. There we go. Will cost us a little bit of money, but well worth every penny to get ourselves some religious unity. Ooh, they've even built up the 3-star general as well. You're starting to scare me a little bit, Ottomans. I know what your plans are. I am ripe for conquest according to them. But I'm gonna see just how much we can prove them wrong. Let's see if I can grab one more ally. Pomerania, anyone in the HRE actually wouldn't be so bad. Pomerania is actually especially large. Pomerania has, well, maybe I overestimated their strength a little bit. Austria would definitely still help me though, which is great. We're actually almost out of time for today's episode. Next episode might be the fated Ottoman War. Not really sure. They actually decided to attack the Knights, which has significantly reduced all of my anxiety for a quick second. They still don't like me, but let's see if we can change that. Or you know, create some counterbalances to that for the next episode. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to figure out a few things with my allies before we get anything started. Oof, don't scare me like that. The Knights Venice, Hamburg, Aachen, and Friesland. Not a bad sum. Not a bad sum at all. Okay, we might try and figure something out on our own time. We might have to take matters into our own hands, and you'll see what I mean next episode. For now, though, this is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. I'd like to give a quick thank you to the following March patrons. In the $1 tier, we have Quiet Guy, Quagersol, Rising Runner, and DLNM. In the $5 tier, we have Odie, and in the $20 tier, we have Chewy Shoot. Thank you guys so much for helping out the channel, it means a lot to me, and as always, I can't possibly thank you enough.